Welcome back to the Quantum Leap. I'm your host, Dr. Nirdosh Jagota. In our previous episodes, we've explored the staggering science behind the AI revolution in pharma. We've looked at protein folding, generative drug design, and self-driving laboratories. But today, we are stepping out of the lab and into the boardroom. We are asking the billion-dollar question: how is the financial world valuing this revolution? The intersection of deep tech and biotechnology is not for the faint of heart. It is a landscape defined by massive upfront capital requirements, long development timelines, and the ever-present risk of clinical failure. Yet, the potential rewards are astronomical. By 2030, analysts project that AI could empower pharmaceutical companies to tap into an $868 billion opportunity. Today, we are going to deconstruct the investment landscape for AI and quantum pharma. We'll look at the venture capital boom, the sobering reality of the public markets, the current wave of consolidation, and the business models that are built to last. Whether you are an investor, an executive, or an entrepreneur, this episode is your roadmap to the business of future medicine. To understand where we are today in 2026, we have to look back at the gold rush of 2021. Driven by a low interest rate environment and the urgency of the pandemic, venture capital funding for health-related AI peaked at a staggering $22 billion globally. This exuberance spilled over into the public markets. We saw a wave of highly anticipated initial public offerings from AI drug discovery pioneers. Companies like Schrödinger, Relay Therapeutics, Absci, and Recursion Pharmaceuticals all went public. In October 2021, Exscientia raised over $500 million in the largest IPO ever for a European biotech. But then the market turned. Interest rates rose and investors began demanding not just cool technology but clinical proof. The reality set in that even an AI-designed drug still has to pass through the rigorous multi-year crucible of phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials. Stock prices for many of these pioneers plummeted from their 2021 highs. By 2025, the biotech IPO market hit a historic post-pandemic low, with only 8 biotechs going public the entire year. However, as we sit here in 2026, the tide is turning again. But this time, it's different. The funding is returning, but the criteria have changed. According to a recent report by Silicon Valley Bank, venture capital investment in US healthcare companies rebounded to $23 billion in 2024. And crucially, nearly 30% of that funding went to startups leveraging artificial intelligence. In fact, investment specifically in AI-backed biopharma companies nearly tripled from 2023 to 2024, reaching $5.6 billion. What's driving this resurgence? It's the realization that AI is fundamentally changing the risk calculus in biotech investing. Investors are no longer just funding AI for the sake of AI. As one industry analyst noted recently, investors are looking for organizations that pair scientific excellence with the data foundations needed to deliver meaningful, repeatable insights. They want to see AI used not just to design a molecule, but to quantify risk, optimize clinical trial design, and improve the actual probability of regulatory success. As the market matures, we are witnessing a massive wave of consolidation. In 2025, AI and machine learning drug discovery (M&A) activity rose sharply. We saw 99 transactions totaling over $12 billion. This is a dramatic increase from the previous year. The most notable of these was the merger between Recursion Pharmaceuticals and Exscientia, an all-stock being valuing Exscientia at nearly $690 million. This wasn't just a financial transaction, it was a strategic necessity. It combined Recursion's massive biological mapping capabilities with Exscientia's precision chemistry and self-driving labs, creating a true end-to-end powerhouse. We are also seeing traditional tech and industrial giants making massive plays. Siemens acquired the R&D software platform Dotmatics for $5.1 billion, integrating it with their digital twin technologies. GE Healthcare acquired Intelerad for $2.3 billion to bolster its AI-enabled imaging workflows. But perhaps the most lucrative area right now is in strategic R&D partnerships between AI biotechs and traditional Big Pharma. The combined potential deal value across tracked AI pharma partnerships now exceeds $78 billion. We are seeing deals like Extalpi's partnership with Dovetree, valued at up to $6 billion in milestones. We are seeing Novartis pay $120 million upfront to Monte Rosa Therapeutics for AI-designed molecular glue degraders, with billions more in potential milestones. This brings us to the core business models driving the industry. If you are building an AI pharma company today, you generally have three paths. First is the platform as a service model. You build a great AI tool and license the software to Big Pharma. It generates steady recurring revenue, but the upside is capped. Second is the drug royalty model. You use your AI to discover a drug, take it through early preclinical or phase 1 testing, and then outlicense the asset to Big Pharma. You get a large upfront payment, milestone payments as the drug progresses, and royalties on eventual sales. This is where the massive multi-billion-dollar headline numbers come from. The third is the full integration model. You use your AI to discover the drug, and you raise enough capital to take it all the way through clinical trials and commercialization yourself. This requires billions in capital and carries massive clinical risk. But if you succeed, you capture 100% of the value. Increasingly, the most successful companies are adopting a hybrid approach, partnering early on some assets to generate non-dilutive capital while keeping their most promising discoveries fully in-house. Before we close, we have to look at the next horizon of investment: quantum computing. If AI is the current gold rush, quantum computing is the space race. It is highly speculative, incredibly expensive, and potentially world-changing. Venture capital investment in quantum-focused companies exploded recently, with over $3.8 billion in deal activity in 2025 alone. The US government has even stepped in, announcing a $2 billion investment in 9 quantum computing firms to secure national technological leadership. In the pharma sector, the focus is on molecular simulation. While AI is great at recognizing patterns in existing data, quantum computers, because they operate on the very principles of quantum physics that govern atomic interactions, could theoretically simulate complex molecular binding with perfect accuracy, without needing historical training data. Big Pharma is already placing its bets. Amgen has invested in and partnered with Quantinuum, which is currently planning a major IPO. Boehringer Ingelheim has partnered with Google Quantum AI. Pfizer is working with Extalpi. We are also seeing specialized quantum biotech startups emerging, like the French deep tech company Qubit Pharmaceuticals, which recently raised significant seed funding to build a quantum physics-based drug discovery platform. As Alan Russell, the VP of R&D technology at Amgen recently noted, the industry is constantly asking, when is the moment that quantum value can be established for the kind of drug discovery work that we're doing? We aren't there yet. Most quantum pharma work today is exploratory, but the capital is flowing, the partnerships are forming, and the foundation for the next decade of discovery is being laid right now. The business of AI and quantum pharma is no longer just about the promise of a better algorithm. It is about execution. It is about building sustainable business models, navigating clinical risk, and proving to investors that these technologies can actually deliver safer, more effective medicines to patients. The billions of dollars flowing into this sector aren't just funding software. They are funding the complete reinvention of the pharmaceutical industry. Thank you for joining me on the Quantum Leap. I'm Dr. Nirdosh Jagota. In our next episode, we will dive into the regulatory landscape, exploring how agencies like the FDA are adapting to a world where algorithms design our drugs. Until then, keep looking forward.